Guys, are you rooting for me or Italian guy? You're rooting for me, right? You're not rooting for Italian guy. Italian guy is here. Hello.
I wanted to check what to do at move 27
I
on the Italian
understand.
game, so...
I understand. Well, you don't know what color you're playing, though.
Finally we play again.
We do?
Yes.
Let's see what color we get, right?
All right. Let's see what happens. Let's talk during the game. We don't keep it silent.
This was the Italian guy. The reason I gave him this nickname was because I actually knew him a little bit from before. When I was in London, I went to several locations to play chess against strangers, and he came to some of those locations. So I had played against him before this game was played. And unfortunately, I had lost against them. So now we were playing the semifinals of a huge chess tournament at the London nightclub. The winner was going to get a bottle of champagne or a bottle of wine, and we had come very far. These were the semifinals. The loser of this game would be eliminated from this tournament. So I really wanted to get my revenge against him, and I was going to give this my very best.
Have you ever won this tournament, by the way?
Once.
Yeah. Okay. Are you planning to make it twice today?
No, I want you to win.
You want me to? What? Why are you?
I mean, you came from Sweden just for this tournament. So.
Okay, you came from, well, not maybe didn't come from Italy for this.
No.
I was so shocked when he said that he wanted me to win. I mean, I felt like this was a very competitive setting, and all of a sudden my opponent was saying that he wanted me to win. I didn't even know how to handle this. The rules were actually that the loser of this match had to buy the other person a drink. And that wasn't just for this game, but it was for all games played in this tournament. Apart from the game where I played an 11-year-old, obviously, she couldn't buy me a drink. But against all the adults, that was the case. So that's why he was saying that he would only take a drink if I bought it for him, because that would mean that he would win this match. This was from the fact that he had flagged me the day before in a winning position for me. I was very upset.
Good game.
I started playing d4, and he decided to play the worst opening of them all, in my opinion, which is the stone wall. The stone wall is characterized by having this setup with these pawns in this way, with the f5 pawn, where you're completely just reinforcing the square on e4. I really don't like to play against this because I feel like it's really hard to make any kind of breakthrough, and I am the kind of person that prefers open positions. I think in open positions it's easier to move your pieces around and come up with plans, but in very close positions it becomes a lot harder. And one of the only ways to really break through is by playing f3 or e4. So I just think this is way too solid, and that's maybe a good thing for black, but I just don't like playing against it.
It's already an achievement against a strong player like you. Oh, you don't want me to come?
No, of course not.
You want to go there instead?
I don't know.
I mean, feel free.
Feel free, you don't care. Okay.
Do whatever you want.
Whatever.
No, being knocked out by you would be...
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Okay.
He kept giving me compliments, and even though I was flattered, I didn't really understand why I was getting so many compliments, but I did appreciate it. I mean, compliments are better than trash talk, I guess. I was scared he was gonna start trash talking on the chessboard though. I decided to expand on the queen side, so I started pushing up my pawns, and then I played c5, threatening the bishop, and I wasn't sure if this was good, but I saw that I would get a lot of space on the queen side, which is what I wanted. So now my plan was to go castles and then rook b1 and just try to get a lot of space. However, what I realized was that I was now even more closing down a part of the board, which would make it even harder to break through.
Where should I go, here or here? You are the master.
Are you gonna ask me? I don't know who you think I am. Am I gonna tell you?
Okay, let's go here.
He played bishop c7, and I saw that the knight now didn't have a lot of squares to go to, so I played queen a4 to attack it. I thought knight b8 looks so passive.
Are you gonna go back?
You don't actually.
Only move now.
But isn't it sad to go back?
I mean, sometimes it's the winning move, no? To go back.
Neither I or him could really see a better move than going back with the knight.
You calculated everything. Wow, you're good.
I don't know what you're thinking about. Are you taking on c5? But I go back.
You go back. Exactly.
I started getting more and more spectators, and I thought it was really fun because they were speaking Swedish, and I was just so happy that there were Swedes in London.
But you look so, now it's looking so cramped.
Yeah,
But
you
maybe-
are the better player. It's normal.
Why are you giving me so many compliments?
To distract you.
He then told me that he was giving me all these compliments to distract me, and I thought maybe this is the tactic. Maybe he's using the compliments as a way to get me out of my comfort zone, because I am used to my opponent's trash talking, not this. This was the opposite.
This reverse psychology that you're up to here.
Why? He's such a nice guy, not like Tom.
Is Tom the opposite?
Yes.
Or Tom?
I'm the counter trash talker. I make compliments to the opponent.
We were talking a lot, and for some reason we were talking a lot about Tom, which was my previous opponent in this tournament, and you can check out the video as well in my channel if you missed that. But I was really happy with my position here. I thought that the knight was going back, I thought that his pieces were cramped, his rooks are not connected, and I wanted to castle. However, I saw that if I castle, there's a risk that he's gonna play g5, g4, and just expand on the king side, and I thought that was terrifying. So I had to make sure that I didn't allow anything like that.
You can take with this,
With that one?
take back.
See, I wonder how good that is, though.
Obviously, if I went knight takes e4, he would capture back with a pawn, and that would be a fork. So he was just trying to trick me there.
Okay, should we have some fun? This could be scary, though. This could be a big mistake that I'm making.
I don't know. Do I want to buy you a drink or do I want that you buy me a drink?
The moment I said this might be a mistake that I'm making, I was right. It was a huge mistake. I should definitely castle in that position, and I should not be opening up for that rook. I don't know what I was thinking, and present Anna would not do this. I feel like present Anna has become a better chess player. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I captured this knight to later go knight e5. That was my idea. So I didn't want the knight on e4 to be able to capture my pawn on c5. But now he was saying, Anna, if you go knight e5, I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to go queen g5. But I had plans. I wanted to go for something crazy. And my plan was actually to open up the position to be able to attack him. But I don't think it was a great plan. So now the game was changing its path. But I decided to continue with my plan, knight e5.
Okay, Oprendo.
Take it?
Yes.
He took the knight. I took it back. And then he started thinking. He ended up playing the move, queen g5. That was what he had mentioned. He's now threatening my pawn on e5, but he's also threatening my pawn on g2. However, what he didn't know was that I wasn't scared of him taking my g2 pawn, because then my rooks would become so active and I'd be able to attack his king with that g file being open. I also wasn't that scared of him capturing my e5 pawn, because then my bishop could maybe come to c3 at some point and I could activate it. So I was right now actually preparing for him to take on e5. So I decided to castle. Looking back at this though, I don't really know why I didn't play knight e2 instead. Simply playing a move where my knight gets a little bit more active, but I can also play bishop c3. But my idea was to not allow him to come down to g2. So now I play knight e2 with that same idea. And I was preparing bishop c3. I really wanted my bishop to become active. But not only my bishop, now my knight had more squares to go to as well. d4, f4. So even though the eval bar is saying that this is a lot better for black, I thought that practically in a rapid game I could have some chances.
I think can chill, no problem.
But then the rook gets mad. The rook is just...
Everyone is chilling here.
Everyone is chilling.
Yeah, no problem.
We're having a good time, okay.
They didn't wake up yet. Okay, maybe I attack it.
He played bishop a6, threatening my knight. And also pinning it. If I move it, my rook is hanging, so I can't move it. I knew that this was a now or never moment, so I had to start by playing bishop c3, activating it before it was too late, and then I could deal with my knight. But first and foremost, I had to do that. He played queen f5, with the idea that if I move my rook on f1, he has queen takes f2, leading to catastrophes. But now, my bishop and my queen could become a battery, and they could both attack black's king.
I don't feel super comfortable in this position.
I was really happy when he said that he didn't feel comfortable in this position, but I also didn't really know exactly if he meant it or if he was just saying it, as he's given me so many compliments before. So I wasn't exactly sure what to believe. I love this guy's shirt, by the way. This guy's shirt with the chess pieces is the coolest shirt I've ever seen. Like, I want to have a shirt like that. I'm also realizing once again that everybody's wearing blue. Like, I don't get what the thing with blue is, but everybody in this room is wearing blue in different shades. Blue is one of my favorite colors though. Let me know what your favorite color is in the comments down below. I also really like the fact that this tournament was so relaxed. You know, everyone was drinking pints, which was a word I learned to pronounce when I was there. And people were just having a good time with friends at the same time as they were trying to beat everyone on the chessboard.
But chess is about thinking sometimes.
No,
You never think?
I spent quite a lot of time after queen f5 because I really wanted to figure out how I was going to defend everything. I knew that if I, for instance, play queen d4, yes, I'm threatening checkmate in one, but then I'm allowing the knight on b8 to escape because the bishop on a6 is not going to be hanging anymore. So there were a lot of different variables that I had to think about.
I mean, you came to create content, right? Not to win a tournament.
No, I came to win the tournament.
You can do both.
I came to win the tournament.
Okay, then just find the best move.
However, I ended up playing the move queen d4. I wanted to checkmate him, which was pretty obvious. There was no way he was going to miss it here. He played e5, and I cannot take the pawn because then my knight is going to be hanging. The reason he did this was because he wanted to just control the whole center. He wanted to just bamboozle me in the center. I think that's a word. So I played queen d2, defending the knight. He took it, and I was really happy because he was releasing the pressure. It was like a sparkling water bottle that you finally open the lid of instead of just letting it bubble up in the bottle. I don't know if that makes sense. I started playing faster because I got scared about my time. So f4, the idea is just once again trying to get rid of the e5 pawn and activate my bishop. And now if I'm passant, which some people say is forced, but I don't think it is, I get to activate my rook. Rook takes f3, and then maybe I can go rook g3, and then I can get it on that g file, which was what I wanted to do. To put extra pressure on g7.
Maybe
You're on passant? It's a cool move. You know they say it's forced, right?
Looks losing to me.
But they say it's forced.
If I take this, you open this guy.
The bishop is just chilling.
It's chill, and I can bring the queen back, actually.
Is that guy holding a balloon, by the way?
You told me that I was, you know, thinking too much, so now I decided to confuse you instead.
Not great. Take. You take with the rook. I go back. I don't think I get destroyed, to be honest.
He ended up taking on Pisson, and now I knew that this was going to be a fun game. No matter what happened, I was going to have fun, which is ultimately my goal in chess. So rook takes f3. My rook is now active. I'm going to bring my other rook, or I'm going to go rook g3. It depends a little bit what he does.
Say something.
I'm looking at your king.
Yeah, my king is in danger. Can bring everything, attack, mate, and I buy you a drink.
That'd be nice, right?
Yes.
I decided to bring the other rook just to keep the pressure, and then he exchanged the rook. I was not happy right now because I was a pawn down, so I knew that I had to find something.
Sorry. I didn't produce content.
You know what? I'm gonna take like.
Okay, I'll be even more boring and change one more.
You're going for one more.
He wanted to exchange the other pair of rooks too. And I saw that if I exchange, I might be able to go queen a6 and try to get that a7 pawn. So I was right now just trying to survive this game. I did not want to lose and get eliminated in the semifinals. I wanted to make it to the finals. He captured back with the knight. And I decided to, instead of going queen a6, to go queen h5. And the idea of this was to threaten the pawn on e5. And if knight g6, well, then I thought that the knight is going to be leaving the defense of the king.
You're a fun person. You should do fun things.
I will, don't worry.
He played d4, which is the best move. And this now got really tricky because if I take on d4, he captures back and I take again. He has queen e1 checkmate, which I need to stop. So I started getting really stressed and I really thought I was going to lose this game. I decided to take once, and then I knew I couldn't take it because I was gonna get checkmated, so instead I just played bishop d2, defending now the checkmate.
Do I have a check?
You're a pawn up. I mean, this
But
is.
do I have a check or not? That's my question.
My pawns were really weak right now. I was a pawn down. I had no idea how I was going to survive this. I was trying to keep myself optimistic though, and hope and pray that I would be able to find something. He played queen b3, attacking my pawn on a3, but now his queen was leaving the king, and that started giving me the feeling that I would be able to do something over there. I had less than a minute left, and now I was really getting stressed. I was gonna play a move, but then I decided not to do that, and I decided to think. And then I went back and said queen e2. I was so scared about my clock right now. 43 seconds, no extra time. How was I gonna survive this position in 43 seconds? He played d3, attacking my queen, and now his d-pawn is just going down. That's everything he wants. I have to move my queen. Where do I go? I played queen e3, stopping the advance of the pawn by defending the bishop on d2. He played queen d1 check. I moved up my king. There were no more checks. If he goes queen e2, then I get that pawn. And so he played queen b3 instead, defending. I decided to activate my queen a little bit more. And I realized that if I'm just able to bring in my king to e3, win the pawn on d3, and get the king to c4, I will probably be able to solidify this. And now he made a mistake. He offered a queen trade, and I quickly realized that his knight was just too far away. So I played c6. And now I was trying to do something really cool. I played bishop g5. The idea was that if knight takes g5, I have c7, but it actually doesn't work because of knight takes e4 check, king e3, knight d6 defending c8. So I am blundering a piece right now. I was just trying to play bishop d8. That was my idea. And then after bishop d8, play c7. And this made him think a lot. So he did not take it. Instead, he played d2. And now I have the opportunity to take back that pawn. So I did. It was equal pawns now. I can play bishop a5 to push the c pawn. And I knew that I was not losing anymore. I got my queen ready. Problem was that I only had 15 seconds left, but the tables had completely turned. He spent a little bit of time thinking. I played g5, bishop a5. The plan was simple now. I was going to promote that pawn with everything that I could. He sacrificed his knight. I had a bishop, but I only had 11 seconds left. I had to pre-move everything that I could over the board. And this was one of the most difficult things I've done. g4, stopping the h5 push. He played h5 anyways. I took it. I had so little time. I was picking up everything. It was completely winning for me. I had so many things to do. I pushed up my king. I pushed up my pawn. I wanted to checkmate him. And then here I thought it was a checkmate. But it wasn't a checkmate because my bishop was hanging. And then I moved the king to g5. And then I stalemated with 0.03 seconds on the clock. If I would just have played king h6 before to defend the bishop, or just not lost that bishop, king f6, I would have been able to probably checkmate, but I didn't do that. And I ended up stalemating, which meant that this became a draw, and everybody laughed because it was just so insane to get a draw here. This meant that we had tied this match, but there had to be a winner. We would not be going home without a winner. Someone had to get knocked out and someone had to make the finals. So they actually ordered us to play one more tiebreaker game. This one being only 5 minutes long. So this video will end here, but let me know in the comments down below if you want to see who made it to the finals. Then you'll be able to see that in the tiebreaker game. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much, Italian guy, for this game as well.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
Good luck.
Have a great rest of your day and play a lot of chess. Bye!